Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So we're gonna do like a chit chat, get ready with me, but we're also trying new product, where did I put it? That's the question. Where did I oh, it's right here. We have a lot of new products that I wanted to test today, and I also wanted to do like a chit chat with me as well. So this is going to be kind of like a testing some new makeup, but also a get ready with me slash like life update, what's going on with the channel, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are new here, my name is Staci. I feature unfiltered makeup opinions and honest reviews. So if you like content like that, definitely consider subscribing. And let's get into this video. First thing that we are going to do, I have a whole bunch of new products here, and some of it is like dupey product. So I wanted to kind of pull it out too. I had some Ulta points and I also had some gift cards that I wanted to use because I just had my birthday. So I did redeem those for like makeup at Ulta. So I have some new makeup releases that I want to use today. I don't have anything on my face right now. I also did notice that Flower Beauty, which I love their highlighting wands, they actually came out with a blush wand, and this is a matte blush. It's an ultra light liquid blush. And I also got a Charlotte Tilbury version, so I wanted to do a comparison of these two today. The specific shade I have of Flower Beauty is Peachy, and then I also got the shade Peach Pop Pillow from Pillow Talk. I guess everything's Pillow Talk. I don't know. But we have these two today, so I wanted to do a comparison of these two. And then I also have the new Juvia's Place Glow Booster. I'm so excited for this one, actually. All right. So if you guys want, I finally tried these earrings, by the way, the viral ones that everybody like loves, and they actually come on a two-pack on Amazon, and I will try linking them down below. I don't have any like affiliate codes or affiliate links or anything. New makeup, one of my favorite things in the world, and then also chatting about my channel and everything going on with that. But okay, let's put on some primer and let's start talking. It's a little bit dry out today and I'm almost done with this. This is actually a sample of the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. This is going to be my like primer for today. So guys, what is new with the channel? Well, if you guys didn't catch it, I did go live for my birthday and we just did like a chatty get ready with me, and we talked about like, you know, my birthday, posing some questions about like, what do you guys think of some of the changes that have happened to my channel? And then some more changes that are probably like some more changes that are coming. And I wanted to kind of do like a chit chat, get ready with me on that. I was watching a video by Heather Austin the other day, and she was talking about how she had left her job about a year ago. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me that like I left my job a year ago. I was like, that's crazy to think about. I left my full-time job in cybersecurity. I was a marketing coordinator. I left my job to be home with my kids, be home more just in general. And then also because I was kind of working as a side business for myself, I kind of turned that more into my like main hustle, and I'm still trying to grow my business. So a year ago, I did that. I left my full-time job. There was a lot of things going on. I will link down below like the first portion of that. But we're looking back like a year later. I'm also like, I just had my birthday. I'm now 35. Like, do I look 35? I really hope not. I hope I don't look 35. It's kind of one of those things where like, do you age gracefully? Do you not age gracefully? I don't know. We're going to go in with this beautiful I Am Magic Glow Radiance Booster. The shade that I purchased was 9.5. Is this going to be a little bit yellow on me? We will find out. The retail price of this Glow Radiance Booster is $25. And it claims, we're just looking on here, it is a visionary product with outstanding highlighting features infused into low coverage and perfect tinted formula. So you could use this as a like a skin tint, or you could use it underneath foundation, but it's supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Again, this was $25. I have the shade 9.5 and it does come in 1 fluid ounce. So I'm actually just going to tap this into the skin real quick. This actually has some coverage to it. Like, I have the Hollywood Flawless filter from Charlotte Tilbury. That has no coverage. Like at all. This has like a little boosted coverage. It's a little bit yellow for me, but I think because it's so light that that's okay. I could definitely see myself wearing this like in the summer as like a no makeup look. Like this would be really pretty. And it's not super oily feeling either. Like it's very natural looking and it kind of just like evened out my skin. That's really pretty. I'm gonna like just tap in underneath here real quick. Honestly, I could just like spot conceal and be on my way, but I honestly don't want that. I just wanted this to be like how I use the Hollywood Flawless filter from Charlotte Tilbury. And like typically with that one, I use it like underneath my foundation and then I put my foundation on, and that's how I use the e.l.f. one. I actually have this one too. This is actually the Bright Light. It's a primer base, but this one's a little bit more like luminescent. And give you a little comparison. Here's my Hollywood Flawless filter in the shade Too Fair. Their minis like are $28. And so I paid $28 for this one, $25 for this one. And you don't get like a whole bunch of product with the minis. You get 0.18 fluid ounces, so less than a concealer, and it's like $28. But I wanted to show you guys like the difference between the two. So this one is Charlotte Tilbury. This one is Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place is very yellow on me. Actually, Charlotte Tilbury, like match-wise, is way better. A reference. And then I also have this one from Makeup Revolution. This one is definitely more glowy, but it also has that yellowy tint to it as well. And that one is actually reminds me a lot of the Becca Backlight Priming Filter because it's more of a like radiant booster. I like the way it looks on my skin. You can't tell I have anything on, but my skin looks a little bit more perfected and it's not settling into fine lines right here. So that is good. Back to our regularly scheduled program. So a year ago in February, it's March when I'm filming this. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit late to the game. But a year ago in February, I left my full-time job to pursue just honestly the main driver of it was just to be at home because there were a lot of things going on at home. We were having transition. There was a lot of transition within a very, very short time frame for both my kids. And my son was having a very hard time transitioning into his new school, into a full day of school in kindergarten. And then he was diagnosed with ADHD and he was having a lot of difficulties in school and trouble focusing. But if something were happening at school where I needed to pick him up, I was over an hour away and I wasn't able to pick him up. And I worked in a full-time capacity. And pretty much like that was just very stressful for me. So I left my full-time job. I'd always had my side hustle. I actually had started doing like more social media management and digital marketing in like 2020. It's all graphic design, digital marketing, web development, like all that kind of stuff. But a year ago, I left my job to be home with my kids more. And then in recent news, Claire, my daughter, she is almost 5. She just had her tonsils removed, and that has been a journey in and of itself. Okay, so for foundation, I just use the I Am Magic. I love this stuff. It's so good. Like, look how pretty my face looks, especially with this Juvia's Place Radiance Booster underneath. Like, it's very, like, usually it's really matte, and this just gives it a little bit more of a, like, luminescence to it. And then concealer, I used Tower 28, and then I also used my Huda Beauty, like, powder to, like, get some of the creases to not crease. We have a new bronzer, the new Physicians Formula Butter Bronzing Contour Wand Radiance Boosting Glow Stick thingy. I got this because I love these little like puff wands. I know that everybody is trying to dupe the Charlotte Tilbury like crazy, but actually I love my butter bronzer. It's actually one of my favorites. The Butter Wand. from Physicians Formula. This is actually a new makeup release, and they released it with a whole bunch of different butter products in their butter bronzer line. But it is called the Butter Glow Contouring Wand, and it retails for $13.49. It comes in 2 shades, and the shade that I got is light. It comes in fair light and then like a medium. It's currently sold out on Ulta, so I guess it's really popular, but I haven't really been able to find it very many places. I haven't even been able to find it at Walmart lately. They also came out with like, oh wow, that came out like super fast. It's super dark, has the same like puff as like the Charlotte Tilbury. And that's like, actually, I'm gonna wipe. Wow, that squeezed really fast. It does like turn off as well. So we're gonna turn that off. And I'm actually just gonna use, I have another beauty blender. I have 2. I have one for foundation and one for concealer, like for my bronzer. We're just gonna use the back of my hand because that like pushed out really fast. So this retails for about $14. And this is a butter contouring wand. I got fair white, and I've been wanting to try this because Flower Beauty actually came out with contouring wands that had very, very similar packaging. And I didn't like them at all because they dried down so hard, and like they were very hard to manipulate like on your face. And I haven't seen very many people like talk about this one. Now they did come out with like bronzy drops too. I did not purchase those only because I don't really like I don't need a bronzy drop thing on my face. And it was supposed to mimic like the drunk elephant. Now this just blended into a little bit of bronziness. Not like a lot, but that was really pretty. Like look at that. So I'm gonna actually not squeeze this because actually a lot of product got on the puffier. And I'm gonna go in again. Yeah, like a lot of product. This is off. So it has like an on-off thing. And we're just gonna slowly build this in. So, but like Physicians Formula came out with this, and they also came out with these like bronzy drops. Oh, that blended so nicely. Like the Flower Beauty ones are horrible. Like if she had a formula like her blush wand, like her highlight wands, which is what I'm hoping for in the blush wand, the highlight wands from Flower Beauty are stunning. And they are like my favorite highlight wands out of everything because they have the big puff on them, like what this does. And I'm hoping that her blush formula is really good too. But the bronzing, not very good. This one though, this one from Physicians Formula, it's $15, and that's blending into my skin just so beautifully. And this is such like an effortless blend. And my sponge is not picking up anything at all. And like I barely squeezed this, and there's so much product. I'm actually gonna dot along here too, just to like shade and do a little bit of a contour. This is really pretty, as I have a dirty nose, but this is blending into the skin so beautifully, and it's not drying down really funny. Like it's very like movable. And I like the tone because it's almost like a neutral tone. It's not quite too cool, but it's not quite like super warm either. Like this is like perfect for me. Ooh, I'm really liking this. The butter contour one is it's like $13.50. It also depends on where you get it, but that's really pretty. And now we're going to go into the blush. The blush. I'm so excited about this one. I have never tried like Charlotte Tilbury. I have the Hollywood Flawless filter. It's okay. I've had a speed review on it. I do like it-ish. I think some of the drugstore alternatives are actually a little bit better than the Charlotte Tilbury one, and I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit overpriced, but I digress. So I do have the 2 blush wands, and I wanted to do a comparison between these two, and like from first impression, obviously like the packaging is pretty similar. Honestly, if this had like a metallic top, they would look really, really similar. I have a feeling that the colors are going to be different. They're both supposed to be peachy. I don't know. And as we know, peach is like the color of 2024. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit. That one from, oh yeah, this one came out pretty good too. Oh, that's so pretty. So there's Flower Beauty. That's gorgeous. This one also has the packaging where the wand turns on and off. And then we have Charlotte Tilbury Peach Pop. I really wanted to see how these compared, and if I have the same shade, stop. Like, what? This is Charlotte Tilbury. This is Flower Beauty. These are the same shade. Charlotte Tilbury retails for $42. It comes with 0.4 fluid ounces of product. Flower Beauty in the shade Peachy. This one is 0.47 fluid ounces, so you do get a little bit more in the Flower Beauty one. And this one retails for $14.50. So we have Peach Pop, Peachy. These are literally the same color. I do have to say that Charlotte Tilbury is a little bit more like peachy, but honestly, like, would you be able to tell the difference? I mean, barely. So I'm going to do Peach Pop. This is the matte one, by the way. This is not the like glow wand. So we're going to do Peach Pop on this side. We're going to see how this blends out with a sponge. See if it picks up any product at all. I know that these have been out for a while, but I want to see like if it picks up any product, how it lays down on my cheek on top of my foundation, if it picks up my foundation with a sponge. And then I also want to see how Flower Beauty, if it performs the same. Because like, yeah, you can get the same color, but if they don't perform the same, then you're definitely in for a wild ride. So we're going to take just a little bit of this. Literally the same shade. That's the same shade. They also both have that packaging where you can turn it on and off so you can't squeeze more out, which is really nice. That is one thing that I really have enjoyed about Flower Beauty. I'm just going to take my foundation sponge and we're going to use this side. We're going to see how this one blends out. I feel like I put on the same amount of product like what I did between the two. And I feel like Charlotte is a little bit more pigmented, like when you blend it out with the sponge. So we're just going to go in a little bit more with this one. So you have to build up the formula. If you like a product where it's like super sheer to go on with, then that's fine. Like if you like that kind of product. I almost patted this side. All right, leave me a comment down below. Can you tell the difference between the two? Because I can't. I can't, and I'm probably going to ask my husband. So the left side, I always do this, is my ring side. It's my bougie side. This side is the drugstore side. So we're just going to see how this looks. But honestly, first impression, they look exactly the same. Very impressed. And then I have Gleam. I'm going to use this one because this one's my favorite. It's like the pink undertoned one. This thing is so old. I might actually need to get a new one of this. But this is the shade Gleam from Flower Beauty. I'm just going to tap this out. Super pretty. Like it's so pretty. It has a pink undertone to it. I am more of a cool tone, so like pinks look really good on me. And sometimes peaches can too. But this is such a beautiful, it's such a beautiful formula. I definitely recommend this. This retails also for like $15. And it's such just a beautiful formula. Okay, I got distracted by makeup. I definitely did. But first impression, these two blushes are very, very similar. Like, holy cow. These are really, like, Flower Beauty, I'm so impressed. Like, so impressed. And I really, really like that. That's so pretty. So for less than half the price of the Charlotte Tilbury, you have Flower Beauty. So that's really beautiful. I'm going to take my Brighten Up Banana Powder. I hit pan in this the other day and I was like, girl, like, how did I do that? Who knows? Although this is like the third one I've been through. So, I mean, if you know, like, honestly, I love this. I do have it in a video of like makeup that should be viral because this really should be viral. It's just so good. Back to chatting about life. Claire had a tonsillectomy. And when I was reflecting on like, I've been away from my full-time job for a little over a year now. I was thinking back to it all and I was like, holy crow. Like if I was working full-time, I would have had to worry about being out for 3 weeks. Like if I wasn't fully employed by myself, then I would have had to worry about I would have to worry about Claire. Right now I'm just setting down the bronzer with a little bit of the matte bronzing powder from Essence. This is just a very light bronzer, but honestly it's going to look really nice over that butter bronzer and it'll just make it feel less like tacky. I'm thoroughly impressed by like how pretty my complexion looks right now. It looks so nice and it did like just dry down so beautifully. It just, This is really pretty. And I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Zendo palette because I'm kind of feeling like these tones right now. I'm going to use Zeal. So I was thinking about it and I was like, you know, if I was working full time, we would have had to worry about, you know, every single time the kids go on a kind of break, I wouldn't be able to work. I would have to take off. So like they have winter break that's in February and they're off for a week. And then we would have had to worry about every single spring break that they have, fall break that they have, Christmas break we would have had to worry about. And it was just one of those things where I was very thankful thinking back, like I've been self-employed for a year, and during their Christmas break, I was able to be home with my kids and I didn't have to worry about finding random childcare for them, which really isn't easily accessible where we live. There aren't childcare places where we live. There's like one and it's always full because there's one. It's just, it was one of those things where I was like, I'm so grateful that in the past year, I didn't have to worry about childcare for my kids. I didn't have to worry about breaks for my kids. I didn't have to worry about like literally a lot of things. It was just very mind-boggling, if you ask me. That's like what's going on with like me, with my business, just trying to grow it, trying to get more clients. I do specialize in like graphic design, so that's like a big thing. And I've been just trying to grow it and get more clients and more social media like management positions. So as far as like this channel goes, I want to do a giveaway. I actually have some product that is really good for a giveaway. If I reach 1,000 subscribers, like I have a Pat McGrath palette that I want to give away. And so yeah, if you are new to this channel, you've never been here before, consider subscribing because at 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. Would I like this channel to turn into more? Oh yeah, like don't get me wrong, I would love it to. I'm using Ravie Beauty. The shade that I'm using is Dahlia. This is one of my favorite shades. I got this when I went to Creators and Friends. It has been quite the adventure the past year. Lots of things have been happening. I mean, just across the board. YouTube as a whole, YouTube is just that creative space for me. It's a creative outlet. It is a means for me to de-stress. Here's the completed complexion, the completed everything. I did use the Zendo from Natasha Denona. And then out of the Love Face palette, I just put a little bit of like a little extra speckle. And it was the Affinity shade, this shade right here. Looks really pretty like on top of the other shades. I like it. I did put on a little bit of mascara, but I'm actually going to recurl my lashes a little bit. But yeah, as far as this channel goes, I definitely want this to still be an outlet for me. But and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But I've been doing an unfiltered opinions series just about mostly like makeup related ish topics. And let me know what you think about that series. I'll try and link the playlist for you either up in the eye or down below. But the Unfiltered Opinions playlist has been covering like numerous topics that touch on beauty or touch on like kind of the influencer space as well. And I had a couple videos like that, but I started that whole series because I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on a lot of things. And there is more coming to the Unfiltered Opinions series. And I wanted to know if you guys like what you guys think of the Unfiltered Opinions series. And should it be more than just kind of makeup related, or should it be more like a lot of thing related, like just unfiltered opinions in general? I would love to know what you guys think of the series. So if you haven't seen the Unfiltered Opinions like playlist or any of the videos in the Unfiltered Opinions, definitely go check it out and then come back to this video. Let me know your thoughts on the Unfiltered Opinions. Should I keep it mostly makeup? Should I not? And then also leave me a comment down below, like, what are some videos that you guys have been really into lately that, like, maybe I want to bring back on my channel? Like, I love a full face of nothing new, but I would love to incorporate y'all's opinion in the full face of nothing new, like what, like you guys vote and then we do a full face of nothing new. I would love to do something like that. So if you guys would like kind of videos like that, or even just like basic eyeshadow tutorials again, I've been thinking about doing just a tutorial day, like maybe once a month where we do like a full face tutorial of like a different kind of makeup style, that sort of thing. I love doing makeup reviews, but at the same time, like, it's hard keeping up with makeup in general because there's so much happening with makeup and there's so many new, I don't receive PR at all. So like doing new makeup, like it's when it fits my budget. It's when it fits like, and usually new makeup comes like around my birthday only because I have gift cards and everybody knows I love going to Ulta Beauty. So I usually buy like new makeup launches and I like doing that as well. If you guys want to see more like old school YouTube, definitely leave me a comment down below of like what you guys would like to see. But the channel is changing a little bit and you guys may have noticed that it's been changing already, but it's changing and there's some things that are happening. So definitely stay tuned. If you guys have not considered subscribing, please do so before you go. I hope I get to see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I get to see you again. Bye!